Good day, viewers. Welcome back to Yotsume God Reunion Shadow Blade. So we're here at the next one, House of the Sagara. Hey. Okay, so we're visiting, and it was a equinox day. My dad and I woke up before sunrise and left the house.
移動だけでほぼ1日がかりだ。 大丈夫か?
It's going to take almost a day just to get there. Are you okay with that?
大丈夫。
Yeah, that's fine. We headed to Tokyo Station and from the nearest subway station. I have been riding on the bullet train since my school trip. We found a seat where we could sit to each other and open the bento box we bought at the station.
うまいか?
It's good. Yeah.
お父さんは
Aren't
食べ
you
な
gonna
いの
eat?
後で食うよ。
I'll eat later. He took in the outside scenery and a lone old bear in his hand. Beer. After getting off the bullet train, we transferred to the local line and then we took a bus up the mountain after getting off the train. My grandparents' house was in the much more rural area than what I had imagined. My dad, who was considerate of me, continued to talk to me at the train. Went completely silent after getting on the bus. He looked like he's nervous. I too felt the excitement of the trip gradually receding. I could only look at the dense woods. After climbing up the winding mountain road, the bus stop called Yotsume Village. Is that what in part 1? Wow, only 2 hours a day. There were a few buses, but you can't compare it to the minutes by minutes timetables of Tokyo.
田舎はどこもこんなもんだ。
This is how
行
it's
くぞ。
in the countryside. Let's go. Carrying a awesome bag, my father began to walk at a brisk pace. I followed him at a short run. Yotsume Village has the same rural landscape you'd see in pictures. The house all look old and the tiled roof are reflected to the setting sun daily. It's rare to find a right natural environment that you just don't see in Tokyo. I couldn't stop myself from looking around. There are small torii gates standing along the side of the road and stones enshrined next to them. And in front of the houses, the word Yotsume God were carved onto the stone. I wonder what it is. I stopped and examined the stone. There is still a rope at the zigzag shaped paper and steam wrapped around it. The surface is wherever I see is very old stone. The stone had 4 eyes carved onto it, just like a Migo, and it has a baby, and you could hold it in your arms. I felt like I was going to be sucked into the stone if I stand at it long enough. My body leaned to the side as I was suffering from vertigo and I stepped back in a panic.
何してるんだ、マイ?
What are you doing, Mai?
なんでもない。
Nothing.
家はまだ先だぞ。
The house is still a while
道草
off.
食ってたら日が暮れる。
We'll lose daylight if we keep dilly-dallying like this. Let's go.
ねえお父さん
Hey Dad,
この
what's
四つ目
Yotsume
が
God?
ん
What?
あ
Oh, it's the god that
この
has
村
been
に古
around
くから
this
いる
village
神様だ
for centuries.
いろんなところで見る
You
ね
see them
こっちにも
everywhere around
そっち
here?
に
ここの村の子供たち
Just the
は
children of this
こう言われ
village
て育つんだ
grow up being kids.
いら
Being
ない
told
子は四つ目神に連れて行かれる
that's
ぞ
an
って
unwanted child will be taken away by Yotsume God. It's a common myth that is told to children, such if they tell lies, you will place on their tongue that should they have hide their belly button when thunder comes.
この村は
In
全て
this
の家
village,
庭が
every
神道で
family
統一されているん
in
だ
Shinto were all unified.
神道
Shinto?
って何
あ
Oh, well,
ーざっくり言う
basically,
と宗教だ
is religion.
仏教
You
はわか
know
るだろ
what Buddhism is, right?
奈良の大仏とかだよ
Like the
ね
great Buddha
歴史の授業
of
で習ったよ。
Nara, right? I learned about it in history class.
そうだ
Yes,
インドから中国を経て伝わってきたもので
India through
仏像
China.
に手を合わせ
Buddhism
て
is
ナムと
putting
唱える
their
のが
hands
仏教だ
together, facing Buddha and chanting Namu.
お坊さんとかお寺だな
Monks and temples are and so on.
じゃあ神道は
What about Shinto?
日本の土着信仰だ
It's an
神社の鳥居や
indigenous
巫女さんが
Japanese
そうだ
belief. They have
祀っているも
shrine
のが違
and
う
shrine maidens. The thing they worship are different.
と
I see.
お
I kind of get it, but at the same time, I kind of don't.
神社と寺の違い
I
が
guess
わかる
most
若
young
者
people
も
don't
そうはいな
understand
いのかもしれ
the
ないな
difference between shrines and temples.
日本古来から伝わる八百万の神々を祀っているのが神社
shrine all gods and goddesses.
この四つ村には
This
寺も
village
仏壇もな
doesn't
いし
have temple,
王さんもいない
Bushin, altar,
四つ目
or
神を祀る
monks.
四つ目神社があるだけだ
It only has Yotsume Shrine and enshrine Yotsume God.
へえ
I see. Having never known a blood relative my entire life, having never been a funeral, I have never had the opportunity to learn about my family religion.
じゃあお父さんも神
So
道な
does
の
that make you Shinto too?
俺は
I cut ties with the village and
自
my
分から
family,
この村
so
や
I
家族
don't
と縁
think
を切ってい
gods
るからな
will be.
むしろ神様がお呼びじゃないだろうよ
私は
What about me?
それは舞が自
That's
分
for
で決
you
め
to
ることだ
decide. From that point on, he went quiet. I didn't say any more to my father, who had picked up the pace and jogged after him. After getting off the bus and walking 20 minutes, we found ourselves standing in front of the large one-story house. This is my grandparents' house. It has a lot of difference to the smaller, more rustic house I was expecting. As I stood there with my mouth hanging open in the daze, my father rang the doorbell below the nameplate. Ding dong. Oh. Before long, Uncle Suiji and behind him an elderly woman is Kapogi appeared. Kapogi apron mainly worn over a kimono.
本当に来てくれたんだ。
You really came.
来いと言ったのはそっち
You're
だ
the one who told me to.
行ったら迎えくらい出したのに。
If you wouldn't
Bus
have
じゃ大変だった
asked, I would have gone to pick you up. I bet it was a long trip.
そこまで世話になる義理
You
は
don't
ない
you don't owe me that much.
何を言っているんだ。
Don't be like
自
that.
分の家じゃ
It's
ない
your
か。
house too.
ここを自分の家とは
No,
思っ
it's
てい
not.
な
I
い
just came to visit the
墓参りに
grave.
来ただ
でも泊まるだろ
But you will stay the night,
この村
won't
に
you?
宿泊施設はない。
There are two
まさか
hotels in
女
this
の子を連れ
village.
て
Don't
野
tell
宿
me you're
をするとは
going
言
to
わない
rough
よ
with
ね。
your daughter. Uncle Suiji looked at me. He was urging me to agree with him.
舞さん、
You're
泊まってくれ
staying
る
over. over. Right, Mai?
えー
Not knowing what to say, I look at my dad.
金は払う。
I'll pay for you.
やれやれ、どこまで
Dear
強情
me,
な
you're so stubborn. They didn't get into the argument like last time, but I couldn't tell they were still not on good terms. As I feeling small, next to my dad, an elderly woman extended her hand, showing me where to take my luggage.
彼女はこの家のお手伝い
She's
さ
the
んだ。
housekeeper,
困
so
ったことがあったら
if you
遠
need
慮なく言い
something,
なさい。
feel free to let her know.
あ
Okay, it's okay.
でも
I can
自分の
carry
荷
my
物
own
を自分
luggage.
で持てま
しっかり者のお嬢さん
You're
だね。
already a mature young
誰
lady,
に似たのかな
aren't you? I wonder who you take after. My father glared at Uncle Luigi, but he didn't seem to care and went back to the house with a cold look on his face.
お父さんって
Are you
実はお
actually
金持ちだったの
rich?
俺に金があるわ
Not
けじゃない
me. I cut ties with
Oh, no, yeah,
his
Stefan.
family. He spared those words as he walked through the gate. He is in very bad mood. Maybe we shouldn't have come after all. As I walked through the gate thinking about that, you came. You finally came. What? I suddenly heard a voice. I couldn't help but stop and listen.
どうした？
What's wrong?
お父さん
Dad,
今
did you
声
just
が聞こえ
say...
なかった
Did you not just hear a voice?
何も聞こえなかった
I
か？
didn't hear anything.
そう
Really? Maybe I heard wrong. Suppressing the unusual feeling, I made my way inside the house. Uncle Luigi show us around and we walked through the house.
今、台
Living
所、
room, kitchen,
脱衣所、
changing
トイレ、
room, bathroom,
大
and
広
the
間がここ
reception
だ。
room is here.
今は開け放っているが、
It's all
襖を閉
open
めて
now,
二人の
but
客間
you
にしよう。
close off and make into the guest room for these two of you.
大丈夫。古い屋
Don't
敷だけどエア
worry,
コン
it's
が
an
ついてい
old
るし、
house, but
トイ
I
レ
had
って水洗式だよ。
it has air conditioner and flush toilets. I look around the spacious house. It was definitely old, but it seemed to have almost have been renovated to make it more livable. After being shown around, we were led back to the guest room.
泊まる分には
I
今
think
の
that's
案内で十分
everything
だ。
you need to make yourself at home.
好きに過ごして構わ
Please
ない
make
が、
yourself
あまりう
comfortable,
ろうろしないように。
but don't wander
迷って
around
しまう
too
からね。
much, or you might get lost.
はい
Okay?
もう少しで夕食の準
Dinner
備
will
が
be
できるから
ready any minute.
それまで
Till
ここで
then,
くつろいで
maybe
いて
you
くれ。
can rest here.
机の上のものは好き
Feel
につ
free
まん
to
でいいから
eat
ね。
the snacks on the table.
ありがとうございます
Thank you.
ああ、誠。
Oh, Makoto,
お前
come
に
with me.
は話があ
I
る
need
ん
to
だ。
talk to you about
こちらへ。
something. Dad seemed hesitant for a moment, but as Uncle Suigi urged him to go out into the hallway, he stood up reluctantly.
マイ、
My,
制服に着替えておけよ。
change into
墓
your
参りに行くからな。
uniform and be ready to visit the grave.
あ
Okay.
長旅で疲れているだろ
I'm
う。
sure you're exhausted from the long trip. Not saying anything, Dad closed the sliding door. Having been left alone, I wanted for my dad to come back. But before I knew it, I had fallen asleep from the exhaustion of the long trip. And that's how, when I woke up, those two kids were there. The one with the mask.
そして
And then
神社へ誘われてしまったって
you
こ
were
とか。
lead to this shrine. Oh, back here is Tagata.
はい
Yes,
それで
And
イミゴ
then
くんが
イミゴくん
高田さんなら
told
帰り方を知ってるかもって
told that you would know how to get
Oi.
home.
くんづけやめ
Hey,
ろ。
don't put Kun after my name.
猫かぶれって言ったのはそっ
You're
ちじ
the
ゃ
one
な
who
い
told me to act like good good girl.
そこまで被るとは言
I
ってない
didn't say to do it that much.
二人とも仲がいいの
I
は
see
分
you
かった
two
から
are getting along,
舞ちゃん
getting
帰り方
along
なん
well
だけど
then.
ね
Mai, I
僕も
don't know
詳しく
all
は知ら
that
ないんだ
much about how to get you home. What? Does that mean I'm stuck here?
ああそんなに落ち込ま
Don't
ない
be
で
that upset.
ここで詳しくは説明
I
できないけ
can't
れど
explain the details
帰り方
there,
の記述が載
but
って
there
いる
is
巻
a
物があるんだよ
scroll that has the instruction on how to get home written on it.
それじゃ
Well then,
でもい
but
つから
that
かその
scroll
巻物
has
は見つ
been
からなくなって
missing
しま
for
って
quite a while now. What?
一体どこにあるの
I
か
have
見
no
当がつ
idea
かなく
where
て
where it could possibly be.
じゃあ
Then,
その巻物が見つかれば私は
if
帰
you
れる
can
んです
find
か
that scroll, does that mean I can go home?
確実とは言えないけれ
I
ど
can't say for
お
sure,
そらく
but most likely.
私探します
I'll look for it.
ま
Oh
だ
boy.
続くのか
And the search continues. Is it? Oh yeah, the next area. Select stage. Scroll. Okay, guys, on to the next part. This part of the video, we're gonna look for the scroll, but that's all for now. Hope you enjoy. So, shall we put the video? Goodbye.